Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. So, Gameweek 5 finished, and as you can see on the screen, my team got 77 points. So, it's another game week that's slightly above the average for me. It had the potential to be a lot better. Unfortunately, I did end up going for the wrong captaincy choice, so I did captain Gabriel Jesus. I explained the reason for that in my last video. Basically, I am trying to push my rank up. At the moment, as you can see, I am 2 million. The last game week I was at the 3 million mark. So I did decide to go for a differential captain, hoping that first of all Haaland would get benched and that Salah would have a hard game against a good solid Newcastle defense. So I did decide to go for Gabriel Jesus, hoping that he would get a goal or two against Aston Villa and possibly outscore both of them. Unfortunately, it didn't really happen. Haaland, as you know, he started the game when I was convinced he would be arrested. He still started the game, and every time I saw my notification that Man City scored a goal, I just knew he's the one to score it. So hat-trick, could have easily scored more. And yes, that's pretty much it. Salah, he didn't score, so I was correct in a way when I said that he would struggle against the Newcastle defenders. So Liverpool in general only scored 2 goals, but Salah did end up getting 2 assists. The first one was a good legit assist. The second one was just the weirdest and luckiest thing I have ever seen, to be honest. I have no idea how the shortest guy in the box manages to hit the ball with his head around all the giants from Newcastle team, and then the ball somehow bounces back to him again. He hits it with his shoulder, I believe, and then Carvalho scores the goal. So a weird, let's say it like that, a very weird assist. Before that he was on 5 points, and in a way Jesus on 6, I would have slightly outscored him, but sometimes things like that happen in FPL. And yes, Martinelli, he also got another goal, I believe, and bonus points. So definitely a great pick. I'm very happy to start that I started the season with him. I also played Pereira instead of Leon Bailey, and he also had possibly a lucky assist, but I believe he deserved it. I believed he played great, and I'm happy with having him as my first bench, first sub player, and using him whenever I need in my team. And Cancelo also, he got a clean sheet and was it a goal? Yes, and a goal, possibly some bonus points as well. Let me check. No points, no bonus, so only a goal and a clean sheet. 12 points from him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My game week 5, I got 77 points. Game week rank of 1.8 million. So I'm gonna be honest, I never considered captaining Haaland because I was convinced he is going to be benched. So if I captained Salah, I would have had 4 more points, so I would have been on 81. But the difference is it's not that huge. 77, I'm happy with that. Overall rank of 2 million, and actually last game week I made no subs. I was going to make a Bailey 2 a 5.5 midfielder, but I did end up rolling the transfer mostly because I could afford playing Pereira, and now with 2 transfers in the bank I can make a lot of better and more quality transfers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's quickly talk about some of the games that I watched this weekend. So first, from Tuesday I watched the Chelsea game. Chelsea defensively, they still look shaky. They conceded 2 goals but could have easily conceded 2 more. They had 2 goal line clearances, one from Thiago Silva and one from Cucurella, I believe. One player that looks to be in form from Chelsea at the moment is Raheem Sterling, and he rose 0.5, so he was 9.9, now he's 10 million. I think he's a good pick, especially if you haven't used your wildcard yet and you're planning to use it on Gameweek 8 or something like that. So he is in form. He looks like the only player that is going to score for Chelsea at the moment. He possibly is on penalties as well, let's not forget that. So I like him as a pick. I had some plans to transfer him in this week actually, but I will let you know about that in a little bit. So Chilwell also came on in this game, and Cucurella, he stayed on the field when he came on as well. So Cucurella switched in the back 3, which is a good thing for Cucurella owners because it shows that he can play in 2 positions. But with Chelsea signing Fofana from Leicester, that could potentially change. Now Chelsea have enough quality center backs to play in their 3 starting positions, so Fofana, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva and a couple of others, they could potentially be the center backs, and that leaves Cucurella fighting with Chilwell for the spot on the left wing, so he could potentially start getting rotated very soon. And also one thing I want to mention is with Fofana, I expect Chelsea's defense to get stronger very quickly. Liverpool, they still look very bad defensively. I think I'm finished with the double up on the Liverpool defense, it's just not worth it. Salah, this game, he didn't really have that many goal scoring opportunities. He played more as a creative player. He created 6 chances and could have had he obviously got 2 assists, could have had a couple of more. So yeah, I was considering transferring him out this week, but now I'm not so convinced about doing that. Arsenal, I am happy with their attacking players, so Martinelli, Jesus, Odegaard, even Saka, they're all great options. If you have, no matter which one of them, definitely keep. Don't think about selling them. Defensively, however, I'm not very confident in them, so I have Ramsdale in my team, and most likely he is going to be one of my transfer outs for this game week. So with all of these 3 teams conceding goals this game week, the question is big at the back dying? So do we need to stay with our big at the back strategy, or should we just switch our funds towards the attackers and maybe some midfielders? That's the big question that I'm thinking about. So yes, that's pretty much it. Now let's see my Gameweek 6 team and see how it looks. So like I said, Ramsdale, he plays Man United away. He has a yellow flag for a possible injury. Arsenal defense doesn't look very good. He is most likely out of my team this game week. Double up on the Liverpool defenders once again. I'm finished with this. I don't think it works. I tried it, I stayed patient with it, but it's time to move on. Robertson again will most likely leave my team. Trent will stay for now. I am happy with Weltman who is playing Leicester at home, Cancelo also, Aston Villa away, Leon Bailey. For the moment being, my plan is to just put him on the bench. Nico Williams, he has a great fixture against Bournemouth at home, so I can just put him on the bench, actually on the second bench spot, and just have him there maybe until I wildcard. The reason for that is if I transfer him out now, there are really not that many good options. At least I can't see any good ones. So yeah, Arsenal attackers, I will leave them in the team. I see this game, Man United versus Arsenal, as a potentially high scoring game. Something like 2-2 maybe, or maybe 1-1, 2-2, I don't know. I think both teams will score, and yes, Gundogan somehow this game against Nottingham Forest he managed to get no returns. I didn't really watch the game, I watched Arsenal and Liverpool, but from what I saw he basically played a lot deeper than usual. The games before he played as a second striker behind Haaland, and that game he basically played almost as a defensive midfielder. So it was a tactical thing from Pep, which is unfortunate. He will stay in my team until I wildcard. I'm not gonna transfer him out, and I will hope that he goes back to his original position in playing, so he will be in my team for these games. My plan is to wildcard in game week 9, and then he will be out. Let's go to the transfers, and I will tell you guys a couple of things I have planned. So as I said, I have 2 free transfers. The first plan I actually had before the Liverpool-Newcastle game, I wanted to transfer out Salah and Leon Bailey until I wildcard, so until game week 9, and my plan was to get Raheem Sterling in his place as one player, and then just get Luis Diaz as another player. So this is one transfer possibility I am considering, and I like this. This looks good, but the problem with this at the moment is that I have other places in my team that needs to be changed. So Ramsdale mostly, he needs to get changed. Robertson as well. I think not only that, Liverpool conceded pretty much any game. He also, I think he is about to get benched, at least for one game, for Tsimikas. So because of those two players, those two positions, I really don't see how I can make these two transfers, but I do like them. I think this would potentially work, but unfortunately I can't really do it, so that falls out of option. So at the moment, the way I see it, my 2 transfers will be like this. Ramsdale will be out of my team, Robertson as well, and these are the players I'm looking at. So for Ramsdale, I am thinking Nick Pope. The reason for that is Newcastle have, keep in mind I'm wildcarding right here, so I am only looking at 3 game weeks. So Newcastle have 3 possibly easier fixtures, let's say it like that. I can see at least 2 clean sheets here and possibly some bonus points. West Ham don't look great attackingly, they barely score any goals. Bournemouth at home is obviously great. Crystal Palace at home could potentially be harder with Wilfred Zaha, but still it's at home and I'm willing to take that risk. So I believe Nick Pope will be one of my transfers in. And then for Robertson, I am just going to get Reece James in my team. He should be back this weekend. So we all thought he is injured, and then that's why he missed the game couple of days ago. But it ended up he is been only ill, so he was pictured in training, I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago. So he is back in the team. The next 2 fixtures, once again West Ham at home. West Ham don't really look that great attacking, so I can see a clean sheet here. Fulham away, I can see some attacking returns definitely. So I think he will come in my team as well. I'm waiting for the team news to hear what Tuchel has to say, but basically I'm confident he's going to play, and I think he's a great option for the upcoming couple of games. So that leaves me with 1.4 in the bank. I could possibly go for a hit for Leon Bailey, which leaves me with 6.1. So the problem with this is at the moment I really don't see that many good options for 6 million or below in the midfield. So maybe Pascal Gross is the one player, but I wanted to get Pascal Gross basically in game week 3, and now it's game week 6. He was 5.5, and at that point now he's 5.9 already, and I believe it's a little bit too late to get him. Maybe this fixture is good. Maybe he does get some returns, but I'm not sure it's worth taking a hit for it. And other than him, I really don't see any other good options. So these are all players that don't really impress me at the moment, and Eberechi Eze was one player that I was considering, but unfortunately Crystal Palace's fixtures aren't very good. Newcastle away is a hard game. It's going to be hard for them to score in this game. Maybe they score 1 goal, but I don't see much more than that. So yeah, that's the reason why Anthony Gordon actually another good player, but he plays Liverpool and Arsenal in the next 2 fixtures. So another player that I would like to get in my team, but in a better run of fixtures. So he doesn't work also. So that's the reason why I'm not gonna take a hit for Leon Bailey out, and I'm just gonna leave him in my team and place him on my bench. So yeah, these are the 2 transfers I will most likely do this week. I will wait till tomorrow to get all the team news, possibly some early team news about the Liverpool team. Possibly if Trent gets dropped, I might switch from Robertson to Trent, transfer out, or Salah, but I don't think he will be dropped. But yeah, I will wait till the final moment. So one more thing I wanted to talk about. Obviously, a lot of people got Rodrigo in their team for this game week. Unfortunately, he got injured. He only played 30 minutes and he will be out for a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of options for his replacement. So one player I really like, but unfortunately at the moment seems to be just not able to play is Alan Second Maximum. I just read before I started recording this video that he is back in training, but unfortunately it seems like he is going to miss this game. Should be back for the game after, but he is a great player, great option, and if you already wildcarded, you could potentially get him in the team as a Rodrigo replacement, and this game week he will probably not play. Maybe he will come from the bench, but after that a great player to own. That's my first suggestion. If not that, maybe someone potentially like, no, sorry, not Chelsea, Crystal Palace, maybe potentially Wilfred Zaha. He's been bang on form, he's scoring a lot of goals. Maybe you can get him in, but again the fixtures are not really ideal. The thing is though, he tends to score patchy goals, and when he starts scoring, he scores against any team. It doesn't matter if it's Bournemouth or Man City, so it might end up not mattering what team he plays. Other than that, Brighton midfielders, possibly you could go for some of them. Ideally, if you have the funds, Trossard is the one I believe to get. If not, Pascal Gross possibly could work as well. But the best switch from Rodrigo, I believe, is to just go for, instead of choosing a midfielder for him, just go for a third striker if you have two transfers, or if you're willing to take a -4. So switch to any attacker you feel like. So Isaac from Newcastle works. He could potentially be injured, that's another thing to worry about. He had a dead leg last game, so if he plays, he's a great option, but we are not sure he will play. Another player that just scores every game, no matter who he plays against. Where is he? Fulham. So Alexander Mitrovic, another great option to get in your team if you don't have him. Or you can go for a traditional for Tony. I know he had 2 games with no returns, but his fixtures are still great. These are 2 great fixtures. He's another great option, and yes, that's pretty much it. So like I said, these are my 2 transfers for this game week, and my plan is for game week 8 to actually target, I know this is gonna sound possibly weird, but I plan to target Man United players for 1 game week only. So game week 8 they play Leeds at home, and that's a great fixture. They always score a bunch of goals against Leeds. I expect this game to be something like 3-4-0, something like that. So I am looking at Diego Dalot in the defense for that game. I'll add him to my watch list as one player, and then 1 midfielder. So it will most likely be either Anthony if he gets his starting place by then, or Jadon Sancho maybe. So yes, this is my future transfer plan. So it will be for Bailey, and then possibly I will transfer out Trent, because he does play Chelsea away in Gameweek 8, so I don't really expect a clean sheet there. So I could transfer him out and then just get the load and whichever from these two. And then in Gameweek 9 my plan is to wildcard. So these are the transfers I am looking at doing in the upcoming game weeks. Now the captaincy for this week is going to be between Salah and Haaland. At the moment I have it on Haaland, and it will most likely stay on him. The only reason that's gonna make me change it from him to Salah is if I read some rumors or some news about Haaland being benched in this game. So I will keep an eye on that during the day, today and tomorrow morning. I will look at Twitter to see what people have to say about that, but most likely I'm gonna stick on him and hope that he starts the game and plays around 60 minutes. That's enough for him. If that happens, I expect at least 2 goals from him. So yes, that's everything covered, I believe. I'm sorry this video is probably way too long again. There are just so many informations. I am trying to make them shorter, but I really can't at the moment. So yes, that's all. Good luck to you all in the upcoming game weeks. I hope your team is doing a lot better than mine. I hope your rank is a lot higher, and I hope I will catch up with a lot of you guys. So yes, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you all at the next video. Goodbye.